What's up guys, it's me, Lego Paradise here, and today I'm going to show you my Lego Sports Complex. So as you can see, the Sports Complex is split into 6 different areas, with each area having its own sport or activity, and obviously half of them are inside and half of them outside. So let's take a look at the outside first. Okay, so starting at the entrance, you can see I've included this very modern curved glass design at the top, with the bottom half being a filled in wall, and in the middle of this glass I've included a Lego skateboard sticker. That's from an old skateboard set. I think that fits with the modern feel of the sports complex. And you can see a couple of doors here, and inside there you have some turntables, and these are actually to keep track of who the visitors to the sports complex are. And you have the green one for the entrance and the red one for the exit, and they just spin around and add a bit of functionality to the sports complex. So as you can see, round this side you have the sloping roof. I've left the roof open throughout the sports complex just so there's lots of light, and to make it use as few bricks as possible, so I have lots more bricks to build for other creations. And on this side you have a tennis court, and I've made these up using these large Lego sports bricks, and I'll explain what they're used for in a little bit. But here you can see some minifigures enjoying a game of doubles with the server serving to the other side. And one unfortunate point of using these big Lego sports bricks is that you can't include detailing on the tennis courts for the specific lines and the different markings on the tennis court. That's because there's just no space in between the tennis courts. But anyway, if we move on to the opposite side, you can see the windows are the same, allowing a very visible look into the rooms inside. And you can see they're lined with bricks both on each side, since they're both symmetrical, except for this area in front, which is a skate park, or at least a mini skate park. And this includes lots of different skateboarding ramps. For example, here you have a rail that's made out of a 1x8 tile that's connected with a couple of ramp pieces, and you can see a minifigure already practicing his tricks on his skateboard. And then around the back of that you have a little ramp, and of course the main attraction at the skate park is this half pipe. And this is actually half a half pipe, since a full half pipe wouldn't fit here, or I'd have to take out this little ramp. I wanted to include lots of variety in the skate park, so it still looks very interesting. And you can see this stickered piece is actually from a SpongeBob set, and it's just a few details like that I've added just make it look a little bit more interesting. You can see this skateboarder already has some air, and a couple more skateboarders are waiting at the top for their turn to practice on the ramp. And one more feature is just the sides, and they're also symmetrical. There's nothing really on them because most of the interesting stuff in this creation is inside, and that's what we're going to look at next. Okay, so there's plenty of rooms inside, each catering to their own sport. And we'll start off by looking on this side. Here you can see is a basketball court, and this uses the same sports brick pieces. And the way these work is, you see this circular dip, that's where you're supposed to put a little stand, and you can attach figures like these basketballers on them, and then with the stand you can pull it back and fire the minifigures. And in this case, this one's loaded with a ball, and you pull it back and it fires the ball. And of course this allows for making a real life working Lego basketball game with minifigures. That's pretty cool. But that's basically how those work, and I've included a very mini and scaled down version. You can see players of all different teams just practicing their shots and their moves in just a friendly practice game. And obviously you have both nets on either side, the windows overlooking the skate park. And then here you just have an entrance that's connected to the main hallway with a door that fits flush with the wall. And if you want to spectate it, this bit has some glass barriers that look nice and modern and fit in with the design. So next, in the middle section, this is actually two different rooms, with the gym being on top and the entrance being inside in the bottom. And you can see those turntables right at the back there. You can see the green one on the left, the red one on the right, both for entrance and exit. And you can see that's connected to a checkout till. That's where you can purchase your tickets to enter the sports complex. And you can see this little cabinet here also acts as a trophy stand. And obviously the minifigures that visit this sports complex are apparently very successful at their chosen sport and have earned a lot of rewards, and display it here. And just before you take a look at the gym section, you can see that there's some stairs and there's a door leading to the swimming pool area and water sports area, but we'll take a look at that in a little bit. And the flight of stairs leading all the way up to the gym. But really the gym starts here with the boxing section. You can see a couple of boxers practicing with different shapes of punch balls. This one's actually attached to the ceiling with a chain. And quite a few of the minifigures I've included are from the LEGO London Olympics collectible minifigure series, since they fit really well in a sports complex. So now if we take a look at the top section of the middle, we can see this is the gym area, and you can see lots of different minifigures exercising in lots of different ways. For example, here you have a karate minifigure trying to chop a piece of wood in half. Then round the back there you have a weightlifter practicing his strength with some weights on a little weightlifting bed. And then in the corner there you have a runner training for the next marathon on a running machine. And this is actually a design I found online that I've adapted to fit into this small space that we have atop on this gym platform. But I think that looks pretty cool, and it serves its purpose as a running machine. And of course you might have noticed these glass panels that are all the way around the gym, and they just add that extra bit of modern feel to the entire sports complex. And you have a balcony overlooking the entrance there. And then finally you have the swimming pool and water sports area. And here you can see that this room is centered with a swimming pool, and this features lots of details. We'll start off by looking at the diving board here. You can see another LEGO London Olympics minifigure. This time he's a diver. He's waiting his turn on the diving board because someone else has dived in and caused a massive splash. I created that using a whole ton of transparent bricks and slopes. And this just adds some variance to the overall feel of the swimming pool. And you can see these ropes are designed to look like those ropes you see that float on the water of a swimming pool, and these divide the different lanes. So for example, here is the lane for the diving board, and then round the back there you have the lane for just practicing your laps when swimming, and you can see a minifigure is already practicing. And then in the corner you have a jacuzzi, since I couldn't think of what else to include in this corner to make it look a bit varied, make it look a bit more interesting. And I think a jacuzzi with some studs as bubbles just makes it a little bit cooler. And then finally here you have a lifeguard minifigure complete with life floats and a lifesaver ring, and that just is there to make sure that no one drowns or falls in the swimming pool. And that was the interior of the LEGO Sports Complex. So that was my LEGO Sports Complex, and if you enjoyed it, Don't forget to leave a like and let me know in the comments below, and subscribe if you haven't done so already, as it's really appreciated. And I'll see you guys next time with another Lego building creation. Thanks for watching.